Hello everyone, as always, I'm Chaos in the Sky, and welcome to Game 3 of Round 1 in the anime Villainous Tournament arc of 2023. For this game, we'll be looking at the lower brackets to see Lark versus Mariocool. We're all here for the action, so let's get right into the first game. And so now begins our third game in the anime Villainous Tournament arc, and it looks like no time wasted at all by Mariocool. He has immediately banned Orochimaru without a second thought. And Lark has banned Father, so we are not going to be seeing Father, at least in this first round. Father has shown up in the previous two games, very much so in the first one. So very interesting to see how that goes. And now they are picking their starting character, and these guys are off to the races. They're wasting no time. Lark plays this game very fast, so I apologize ahead of time if I have trouble keeping up with his plays and commentating over them effectively. Please give me some slack on that. I always find something in these videos to say, please give me some slack with. We're going to be seeing Cell versus Merrick, which is a very intriguing first match to have going down here. Merrick is a bit of an RNG character, as those of us who play Annaville know. Cell is a fairly good Fate Pressure effective character, much like Father. He's quite good at keeping pressure on, which can be very troublesome for Merrick, who needs to try and set his Fate deck and even get a little lucky with his Fate deck on pulling out the God card holders. I couldn't remember what they were called. Also, for the record, Mariocool, we did not roll the dice. Mariocool gets to go first because Mariocool was part of our qualifiers, and upon winning his qualifier, earned the right to just bypass the dice roll, and instead he immediately gets to go from the get-go. So he will be our starting player. Lark is our second player. And it looks like Lark might not be... He's already drawn his hand. It looks like Lark is not going to be taking advantage of his mulligan. That's what it's called. And here we go. I believe the game will start at any moment now. They're just making sure that they got their cards ready and everything's set. And we're off to the races. Let's get it. So we're going to see Merrick starting here, going straight to the Pharaoh's Tomb, getting that top fate. Going to be discarding two Sadistic Glees and a False God card in the opening hand. Not a great opening hand, to be sure. And then we're going to see Android 16 being played because Time Chamber is a dead fate in this instance. And actually going to be blocking Ginger Town. Interesting. Instead of going straight for the classic top fate block of the arena, or even Tropical Islands to stop that double play upon gaining the 3 power. Very intriguing to take out Ginger Town. It does remove the gain 2 from that location, from the bottom discard, which can be pretty painful, and Merrick appears to have not played any cards, must not have had something actually playable with quite a bad starting hand, unfortunately. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite Mariocool in the long run. We're going to see Lark going straight to the arena and gaining 4 total power thanks to Cell's effect with Disappearances and Bug Drone. And then we got a double anti-rule, which is very intriguing. Are we sure that that Fate deck was shuffled? I think we're checking to make sure that the Fate deck was shuffled before we run through that Fate. It was not shuffled. They missed shuffling the Fate deck, and now we're going right back in it. Small, easy mistake to make. Instead, we're going to be seeing Taya played either via tournament bracket or on her own. And of course, Lark, funny man, he's going to discard Taya and tournament bracket because he wants Taya at Pharaoh's Tomb anyway. And then we're going to go right back over to Mariocool's turn. Going to be going straight to Domino City to gain that 3 power, do the top fate. Did not get a God card holder, which is quite unfortunate. Didn't make use of Tombkeeper's Destiny. Going for a double, and and another tournament bracket. That is unfortunate. That was a really good opportunity to get an early God card holder out. Could have made a huge difference in this game. Lark, gonna keep that Fate Pressure going now that Mariocool has whiffed twice, also gaining more power through Disappearances on Android 16, thanks to Imperfect Cell gaining 2 power rather than 1 off of that. Still no God card holder. There are still, there are only 3 God card holders. There are still 9 cards down in this Fate deck. These people are playing fast. These people are playing fast, and I'm gonna do my best, chat. I'm gonna do my best to keep all the action going. I'm gonna lose my mind by the end of this one. But looks like we're going to see Piccolo and Gohan come out, father and son, very nice. And then an Innocent Facade, Piccolo being played to the arena. Still no God card holders. 3 God card holders words. Oh, playing Joey to see what they could have gotten there. Probably looking for a, potentially looking for, I imagine, a Tombkeeper's Destiny or an anti-rule. Either gain some power or Tombkeeper's Destiny to pull back that Innocent Facade. Quite an interesting play, but hopefully it unfortunately did not work out. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite Mariocool. And I assume we're going to see Absorb here. Indeed we are. Lark going straight for the Absorb, bringing Android 16 down to 1, gaining 2 power in the process and immediately clashing. Lark plays this game too dang fast. I blame him for any lapse in commentary. We're going to see a trap card come out, as well as probably Goku. Probably Goku being played. And Goku is going to go to the Carnival. Interesting location to throw him at, that bottom fate. And that's all we're going to see there. I don't believe that Merrick was able to play a card there once again. Or are we going to see him take out Piccolo here? Nope, he's going to Solar Flare Piccolo out of the way and use that top fate. As well as play the first Android. There's Android 17 right over there at the Carnivale. And then what is we going to... Oh, both at once. There's Yugi and Kaiba. So I believe there is one tournament bracket yet remaining words. So tournament bracket could pull Yugi for Mariocool. Kaiba at the top fate is going to be very difficult to deal with. Mariocool going straight back over here to fate and return, throwing down a Cruel Puppeteer, needs to get Innocent Facades ASAP. We're going to see Time Chamber in Cell games. Playing Time Chamber makes a lot of sense, giving Android 17 and Goku both a +1, making them that much more difficult to deal with. Very good way to start slowing down Cell incredibly fast. About as fast as these people are playing. This total video is going to be like 40 minutes. There's Multiform immediately hitting Android 17 with it to just lower his strength from 4 back to 3, get rid of that +1. And then we're going to see Lark trying to get the tournament bracket or a Shizu here, presumably. Will he get either? He got neither. Very interesting. Tombkeeper's Destiny or Bakura. It looks like he's going to go for Bakura, blocking that double play. Merrick, all characters love their double plays. Merrick especially loves his double play. It is one of his favorites. We're going to see an Innocent Facade. This should be a guarantee to Shizu or Yugi, one or the other. And it's going to be a guarantee to Shizu. I believe that last card there is... Oh, we paused because a scheme is being resolved? Oh, Cruel Puppeteer is being resolved because Lark played Bakura. Right. Missed that, so they're just going to let him resolve that scheme. He's just going to put another Innocent Facade into his hand from his discard. But going to be getting a Shizu here. A Shizu, a pretty good first God card holder to get a hold of, because she has the lowest amount of strength, the easiest to beat. Better remember to put Raw on her. I sure hope they remember, or Mariocool is doing the biggest flex of all time by going without. I'm surprised that Lark is not going straight to his top fate, or maybe I miscounted and that top card is not a tournament bracket. We're going to see trap card. Oh no, it's anti-rule. I miscounted. I'm dumb. Don't mind me. So we're going to be seeing Yugi going into the reshuffle, actually. Maybe Mariocool just plays without putting the tiles where they go? I don't understand why Raw isn't on a Shizu. He played a Shizu, right? Mariocool did? Okay, Odeon, the siblings are all together. The siblings have gathered. And it looks like Mariocool will be grabbing Millennium Rod. Mariocool is at 3 power right now. Very good position to be able to play Rod next turn. Getting out Millennium Rod and Millennium Ring are incredibly important. Oh, going straight for the Ishizu defeat. And not getting Rod. Did Mariocool not play Ishizu with Innocent Facade? Am I missing something? Did Lark play that? Am I okay, chat? Did I die? Did I misinterpret a Lark fate as Mariocool playing Innocent Facade? I don't know what happened. I think I'm dying. I think I'm dying, chat. We're going to see an Absorb on Tien, and Tien is going to get murdered as Cell was forced to stay at that location once he was played. And then what are we going to get from Mariocool here? What are we looking at? Not immediately? Okay, never mind. Immediately going for the Rod, I presume. Probably spending 4 for the Rod. Definitely want to get the Millennium Rod out right now. Yeah, that's going to be your best way of dealing with Kaiba or Joey. Doing the fancy little turn thing for the attachment. Personally, not a fan of it myself, but, you know, everyone has their own way to play the games, and we respect that. We respect that greatly. Explosive Coercion, looks like he just spent 1 on it to look at 2 cards. I believe he took an Absorb there and ditched Kamehameha. Dude, I'm actually thinking that I lost my mind, by the way. I could have sworn that Mariocool played a Shizu. Did I actually black out temporarily? Am I okay? Am I dying? I don't know. But, you know, what will be, I guess. We're going to see an Innocent Facade, hoping to see Yugi or a Shizu here again. Didn't get either. Not going to be playing Mai to make use of Mai. Interesting. Fading Lark immediately after. We're going to see Krillin and Crippling Blow. Probably going to be a Krillin there. Crippling Blow is typically not that useful of a card. It can come in pretty handy late game for Cell to stop him from doing Kamehamehas and such, but not really going to do much of anything in this position. And now we're going to see Lark going over to Carnivale to play the Time Machine. What card are we going to see him putting back in if he doesn't do some fancy flips and stop me from seeing it? Taking his time to decide. Special Beam Cannon, that makes sense. Very useful card. Very good for Cell. Good hero defeating. Then we're going to see a Fate back on Mariocool. Still no God card holder, and I think Mai is in the discard, is probably who we're going to see played by Tournament Bracket here, since Anti-Rule does nothing. And then Lark is going to get to set these top 3 cards however he pleases. So Lark is really hoping to just not see a combination of both Yugi and a Shizu, because then he can't stop an Innocent Facade from getting one of them out. Playing a trap card, gaining 3, and doing not much else. A bit of a weak turn for Merrick, but sometimes those are turns he's got to take. We're going to see Cell going over here, doing an Absorb on Krillin to gain that 2 power, as well as bring him down to 0 strength so that he can use the Cell Jr. Vanquish for free. That is going to trigger trap card, which is going to be Tomb Keeper's Destiny. So we're going to see Mariocool potentially do nothing with it. I guess he decided to do nothing with it, and then we're going to see the other Tomb Keeper's Destiny from Lark's Fate, which is going to play a Shizu. Yugi in these bottom 3 cards, definitely Mariocool really wants to get Yugi out. No allies, so many heroes played. It's a really bad position for Merrick right now. Very not strong position for Merrick. We're going to see Vegeta come out right on top of the arena. Blocking that top Fate, wanting to slow Cell's gameplay down. Bandit Keith being thrown over to Kaiba and a Shizu. Probably, I bet we... Oh, actually, Bakura's in play, so Millennium Rod can't catch Kaiba right now. Really needs to get rid of Bakura to start making use of that Millennium Rod, potentially. Lark taking a little bit of time to think over here. I appreciate that greatly, because I need time to think, because my mind's trying to move a mile a minute, and I'm not even the one actually playing. I'm just trying to commentate it. Tons of discards. Just so many cards that Lark doesn't care for, doesn't want to see anymore. He's thinking twice about his son, and in the end was like, you know what, my son, he deserves to be in the game. But self-destruct? Nah. Not going to be going with that. He's going to move Time Machine over Multiform. Interesting. Some cards he's potentially really looking to get back. We're going to see Mariocool move over here and gain 3, and give Merrick a False God card, or not Merrick, give Keith the False God card. That puts him at 3 strength. That's enough to kill a Shizu when the time comes. And Lark is not okay with that. He's going to be playing his supercomputer, moving Time Machine with the supercomputer to get Solar Flare back to deal with Vegeta, as well as once again moving to his bottom Fate to hit Merrick with another one. And is he going to get Yugi? He's going to get Yugi. That it's going to be, I don't want to say it's impossible, but boy howdy, it's going to be the comeback of the century if Mariocool manages to bring this one back. He did defeat a Shizu using Bandit Keith there. He's going straight for the Fate. Did not multi-Fate, probably didn't count for Senzu Bean. He did get the Time Chamber to hit Goku or Vegeta here. He's hitting Android 17 and Goku. Okay, he's hitting Goku. That makes sense. Very understandable. And then Mariocool is also going to be playing Innocent Facade, which is not going to be able to... is going to be a dead tournament bracket, unfortunately. Very unfortunate that he didn't have a rare hunter there to guarantee the Ishizu play. Really having a rough time getting any of those God card holders out. Having a very difficult time with it. Something very important if you're getting into competitive Anvil that I would recommend is learn your Fate deck of who you're playing and learn to count them. And whatnot. Make sure that you do that. He probably didn't have access to a rare hunter to use there, but if he did, he could have guaranteed himself a Shizu in that case. Just always something to keep in mind, and if he had counted Cell's Fate deck, he could have guaranteed any hero play he wanted with the Senzu Bean earlier. But that's a bit of an advanced level play. It's hard to learn. Hard to get into the habit of. We're going to see a Shadow Game on Mai. Very interesting. I've never seen Merrick played this way, and I'm willing to watch and learn. We're going to see a regen from Cell to just gain an exorbitant amount of power, and to move Multiform over with the supercomputer before going in for another Fate, presumably. Just not giving Mariocool a moment to breathe. Going to make him lose that 2 power or Heart of the Cards, and it is going to be Heart of the Cards being played there. What do we got going on from Mariocool? He's going to his bottom Fate to Fate back in return, just trying to return the favor to Lark for all the Fates he's been hitting him with. Gonna throw Android 16 over at Ginger Town Words. Oh, wait, changing his mind. Instead, going to be putting it over at Arena. We know that Lark did shuffle back in whatever that one thing is called. He shuffled back in Solar Flare, so could potentially move Android 16 using that. And we're also going to see Arcana drop down at Mai's location. Perfect barrier to allow Cell to immediately clash. Lark, he's quick, he's succinct, he's tactical. Just, he knew exactly when he wanted to do that turn, and he wasted no time in making it happen. Just incredibly fast. We're going to see Mariocool doing the same, gaining 3, getting Umbra out there over at Kaiba's location. I don't think we've seen Loomis yet. Down to 8 cards in Merrick's deck. Could have Loomis in his hand, but the Loomis-Umbra combo to vanquish Kaiba is a very common and understandable one. Could we see Android 17 defeated here if Lark has a power-dropping card? Or a strength-dropping card, rather? It looks like he's using Perfect Barrier to let him kill Android 17 this turn, but he's going to Fate before clashing, of course. And it looks like he chose to multi-Fate to... Never mind, he didn't choose to multi-Fate. He forgot that Heart of the Cards was out. It happens to the best of us, even QA. So due to Heart of the Cards, he's going to reveal Anti-Rule, Tombkeeper's Destiny, and Taya all at once at this location. And Lark is spoiled for choice and taking a moment to think his options over on what would be the best call here. And it looks like in the end he's going to take away Mariocool's 2 power. Very understandable because Mariocool cannot move to a power gaining location right now when his territory is effectively fully covered as it is. So with that in mind, probably not being able to play any cards, Mariocool is going to go right over here. We did see Cell remove Android 17 from the game and enter semi-perfect, so Mariocool will be revealing 2 heroes here rather than just 1. It's going to be Krillin and Mr. Satan. Not the best heroes to draw of all time, but, you know, getting 2 heroes out is useful. It goes ahead and gets Satan played so that he doesn't get forced into playing Mr. Satan later, because usually you don't want to take your time to play Mr. Satan. It's not a very good Fate action, typically. Mr. Satan being one of the least damaging cards in Cell's Fate deck, I believe would be fair to say. I doubt many people would argue me on that. Maybe a little bit better than Crippling Blow, depending on the board state that Cell is in, but I leave that to the true scholars, and by true scholars, I mean Butter King. I think Lark is just taking... His clock is ticking, so we're not... I was worried that we had to pause the game for a second there, but if the clock is ticking, then Lark is just taking full advantage of his chess timer. He's played really fast a couple of turns, so he knows that he can afford to slow down, like, hit the brakes a little bit, and take his time to really think out how he wants to take this turn. And he's going to Solar Flare Vegeta so that he can get access to his top Fate once again, which gives him another play a card action and, of course, the Fate action this turn. Cell Jr., okay. Setting up to deal with Goku. Goku is at 6 strength. The Cell Juniors are at 2 apiece. Or Goku's actually at 7 with Krillin out. And we're going to see a full Heart of the Cards Fate, which is going to guarantee a Shizu getting played right back to that top Fate. Once again, Mariocool unable to get one of those God cards out, and it is truly hurting that Mariocool does not have one of those God cards yet, along with Millennium Ring, to be able to start clashing. It's very vital for Merrick to get one of them ASAP so that he can clash with Taya, as well as all those 3-strength heroes like Ishizu herself, or Mai and Bakura. Otherwise, he can really start to get buried, as we're seeing here. And we're going to see Lark, I forgot Lark's name for a second. Lark going over here to clash with Krillin and discard some cards that he doesn't need. Then we're going to have Mariocool jumping between Domino City and Kybercraft, kind of the best thing that he can do at the moment. Accidentally flipping Cell Jr. happens to the best of us. Are we going to see another Time Chamber? Or is Piccolo coming out? We're going to see Piccolo come out. He really doesn't like Cell having that gain 2 move over there, so just continually stopping that, making it very hard for Cell to make use of multiform outside of going to Carnival. And we're going to see a Cruel Puppeteer played as well to hopefully probably get back an Innocent Facade to hopefully set up for a potential God card pull. Lark, once again, he's thinking a lot more tactically. He was playing fast early in the game. Now he's taking a bit more time. He's going to be putting Appeal to Pride over on Merrick, as well as spending most of his remaining power to hit Android 18 out, which is going to proc Cruel Puppeteer words. So now we're going to see Mariocool get to take an effect or item from the deck or discard pile, and it looks like he is choosing the discard pile to put it into his hand. Tilt my camera up a little bit more. How's about that? I'm still getting into the flow of recording these highly competitive matches. It's not something I normally do. Normally when I'm recording Annaville, it's just silly, like, 4-player games where it's not quite so serious. And Lark is going to go with his Fate action here. He gets a triple, anti-rule to lose 1. The tournament brackets are a miss. But, you know, I'm trying to get better at, like, camera positioning a lot more and keeping things going and whatnot. So I hope that the videos and myself improve as they go on, is my hope. So we're going to see Mariocool going to dual tower to use Arcana to defeat Mai, opening up one of his locations for the first time in a while. It is finally heroless, and Mai is trapped for now, potentially to be used for Sadistic Glee later if a Shizu can be gotten out of here, or to be used for, or not to be used rather, but just to be kept off the game, just out of the way. Lark going to Carnival, is he, oh, I thought he was fading immediately. He's thinking about what card he wants to play. He's got his 1 power. He could have an Absorb. He could have a Disappearances. He could have a card that costs 1 power. We're going to see Supercomputer move Multiform over. Doesn't do anything to Mr. Satan or Vegeta, so actually he's going to think that over again and put it at Piccolo. That makes a lot more sense. Vegeta cannot have less than 4 strength, and Mr. Satan is Mr. Satan. So no amount of power tokens can truly harm him because, again, he's Mr. Satan. He can't be harmed. Not really. Gonna see another triple. Taya, Tomb Keeper's Destiny, anti-rule. We know that Mariocool... Okay, he's gonna go straight for Taya. I was thinking we might see the Tomb Keeper's Destiny to get rid of that innocent facade that just came out. But actually, we're just gonna see Taya played. Mariocool is gonna go over here, gain 3, and spin 3 for Millennium Ring. Millennium Ring. All right. 2 Millennium items, 2 Strength Merrick. There's still hope that he can really start to claw this back if he can just get one of the God cards to really get the ball moving so that Merrick can start clashing with Bakura and Taya, etc. That's that first God card and getting the 2 Millennium items out is really the first major speed bump for Merrick. Once he manages to do that, he can really just be off to the races because he has a much better ability to control his board state and keep it clean, because one of the things that Merrick hates the most is an unclean board state. He's very, very specific about that. He likes everything being nice and tidy for when he overthrows the Pharaoh and takes over his destiny or whatever it is that Merrick does in his free time. We're going to see an instant transmission to take a +1 away from Goku. Not hitting Android 18. Interesting. Who was already at -1. I didn't notice when that happened earlier. Oh, okay, because now he can, with the Vanquish and the 2 Cell Juniors plus a Perfect Barrier, defeat Goku and finally get him out of there. He's just got to get Android 18 down 1 more strength to get that clash and get into Showdown. Lark is checking the discard pile to figure out what these 2 cards are to see if he wants to multi-fate or not, and he has decided to multi-fate, so because he multi-fated, even with Heart of the Cards, he only revealed 2 cards. He's going to be using Tomb Keeper's Destiny here. I assume we're probably going to see Innocent Facade and Shadow Game, or maybe even Rare Hunter. Oh, he left him the Innocent Facade. Interesting. Taking the Rare Hunter and the Shadow Game instead. Lark is one of our QA guys. He's much smarter than me when it comes to this game, so I will not question his plays in the slightest, unless he does something I find insanely egregious, and I will just choose to be wrong if it turns out Lark is, knows some secret that I don't. He's going to give him a false god card. Interesting choice. I don't know what else was in that discard pile. A lot of things. Surprised we didn't just see a Sadistic Glee there, since Sadistic Glee does nothing with the Shizu out. Although he can defeat a Shizu at his leisure, potentially, and then use the Sadistic Glee, so I guess that could be a reason. Lark... Or not Lark, rather. Mariocool looking to play Gohan here. It's good to get Gohan out now because now if Lark goes for... Oh, changing his mind and going with the Crippling Blow. Interesting. Probably would have played Gohan there because it's very likely that Lark hits Showdown this turn and Gohan would have been at 6. But Gohan is also insanely likely to be hit by Cell games being replayed. So perhaps taking away that 1 power will really hurt Lark more in the long run. It definitely stops him from using Instant Transmission at Android 18's location if he is there. We're going to see Mr. Satan move as he does whenever Cell gets near him, because otherwise Mr. Satan would immediately end the game, and that just wouldn't be fair to anyone. Lark gaining 3, considering what to play. We're going to see an Explosive Coercion for 1, so he's going to reveal 2 cards here. Regen and Reconnaissance going to be discarding both of them. Doesn't even want Regen, despite being low on power. Fair and understandable. He's probably not looking to not be clashing anytime soon, which Regeneration Force is probably more worried about doing damage. Immediately going to be playing that False God card onto Loomis, which puts Loomis at 4 strength, I believe. 2 + 1 from Umbra, +2 from False God card. Yes, indeed, that is what he will be at. And then we're right back over to Lark's turn. Lark taking a little bit of time to decide what he wants to do here. I'm not sure if he has a card in hand that will allow him to enter Showdown. He just needs 1 strength subtracting card to get Android 18 down from 3 to 2. Instead, he's going to be going over there and discarding his entire hand because he quite simply does not have the card he needs, and then but clashing with Piccolo to get Piccolo out of there. Now we're going to see the False God card Loomis defeat a Shizu or Kaiba. I believe Loomis has enough strength to do either. even with Kaiba's -1, and it is going to be a Shizu, and then are we going to hope for a top deck of Innocent Facade? Really hoping for a top deck of Innocent Facade. And not going to get a Shizu. Tombkeeper's Destiny could be very useful to get Innocent Facade. Oh, 3 disposable pawns. Yeah, you definitely want a Tombkeeper's Destiny that. Absolutely. Just discard 2 of those, and then what are you going to be taking back? I'm assuming we're going to see an Innocent Facade, maybe a Shadow Game, but I'm expecting an Innocent Facade here because he's got to get a Shizu out. He's actually going to take back Loomis so he can get Umbra pumped up again immediately to deal with Kaiba. Not a bad play. Not a bad play by any means, making sure that you can get him out of there. And then we're also going to be seeing a Fate action on Cell. Not going to be going for the multi-Fate. I didn't count, so I don't know what this is. It was Tien. Tien in Time Chamber. Tough choice. Could keep Cell over at that location. Interesting to play. Okay, yeah. Playing Tien there would have stopped Cell from getting the 2 power in the move action, but also it would have meant Tien would immediately die. So playing Tien away from that to help with it. We're going to see a Disappearances. Cell is just going to gain an exorbitant amount of power this turn. He's going to gain 2 from his location, 4 from the Disappearances. He's going to move Multiform over to prepare to move it back to Android 18. So very easily, Cell can enter Showdown on his turn, and unfortunately, Mariocool can do nothing about it because Mariocool cannot move to a Fate location. We are going to see Kaiba getting defeated by the Umbra Loomis combo. So Merrick has cleaned out a lot of his territory. Still no God cards, though, while Cell is going to get to Fate and enter Showdown this turn, which is very worrying. Very worrying. Merrick is still in a very uphill battle right now. We're going to see Tien get a -1. Tien doesn't have... Oh. No, instead, Lark is going to elect to use Time Machine, probably to get back one of those Kamehamehas he discarded earlier. Indeed, that's exactly what he's going to do. And his deck is down to 2 cards. So that's almost guaranteed that he gets that there. I mean, I say almost guaranteed. It's a 50-50. I don't know what I meant by almost guaranteed. It's a 50-50. We're going to see Kaiba being played right back with Tournament Bracket, unfortunately. Shizu is one of these 4 cards. It's not looking too hot. We're going to see Cell clashing with Android 18, entering Showdown, which replays Cell games, which is going to play the first 4 heroes that Lark draws. Gohan is going to get out on this move. Krillin coming out as well and buffing heroes. So Gohan, never want to see him in Showdown. 6 strength, one of the most difficult heroes for Cell to deal with, mainly because I think he's the only one that he can't clash with by default. Everyone else is 4 strength or lower, which is what Cell's strength is, unless they get buffed by Time Chamber. Mariocool finally able to use that top Fate, going right there to use it immediately. Android 16 could be pretty good here, but he's actually going to be going for a Time Chamber. Interesting. Instead of trying to set up Android 16 to potentially stop Cell from being able to do an extra clash. Do you put the +1 on Tien? He put the +1 on Vegeta. Vegeta and Gohan, the 2 Super Saiyans in play. Trunks is also Super Saiyan, but I like Vegeta more. So, you know, Super Saiyan 2 and Vegeta, who is Vegeta, my favorite character in Dragon Ball Z. We're going to see Mariocool getting to use this discard action finally, get to a reshuffle, hopefully wanting to get back to some rare hunters and some innocent facades to ideally get... oh, what do we have going on here? Oh, the self-destruct. Goku isn't out. No, a Kamehameha, actually. A double Kamehameha. So we're going to see Trunks and Krillin die there. Mr. Satan should also be moved to a different location. There he goes, yeah. And then the Cell Jr. to defeat Tien. That's 3 heroes gone in the blink of an eye. That's Cell for you. He's going to play Disappearances to gain an extra 4 power after that. Only able to play the Disappearances after the Kamehameha because of hero coverage. And then he's going to miss a Shizu. Oh boy. So that is a guaranteed a Shizu as long as Mariocool has a way to play it. I worry that it might be a little too late given that Cell's board state is already so cleaned up. Taya is going to be played over to the top Fate just to ensure that Merrick cannot easily make use of it. And then are we going to see Mariocool play Innocent Facade? He's going to Fate first. Goku should be guaranteed here, I believe. Indeed, he is. So we're going to see Goku come out a little too late to save all of his friends from I was going to say Big Bang. That's Vegeta's attack. But it was a Big Bang. It was an explosion. And there's the Rare Hunter, which is a guaranteed a Shizu, and he's going to play a Shizu to his top Fate, which is a decision. I have to go back and watch this video after this is done, because I'm still so confused. I could have sworn that he played a Shizu earlier, but I guess that was Lark fating, and my brain just don't work too well. So I apologize for that. I just completely missaw what happened. That's why I'm a commentator and not a judge. So we're going to see Lark going for another full fate, all 3 being revealed. And I believe that is either Tomb Keepers or a lose one. He's going to be doing Tomb Keeper to get rid of 2 cards. Probably going to see Strings and Arcana both go away here. Oh, only Strings because there's nothing in the discard pile. My bad. I forgot that that could happen. And that'll be the end of Lark's turn. Losing Strings really hurts. Strings could have been a very good case to get some extra action economy on. We're going to see Mariocool going and gaining power at the only place he can. Probably get Arcana out. Arcana is lined up to defeat a Shizu, which will allow Merrick to really start finally doing some clashes. The only worry is will he get a Shadow Game on a Shizu before that happens? We're going to see Cell going right over there and Special Beam cannoning Goku into oblivion. And then also playing Kamehameha for 6 to give him -1 to Piccolo and kill Mr. Satan, I assume? I don't know, why were they... I don't know why... Oh, I think that they were confused on how Lark got the kill on Goku, but I think Goku was at -1 and then the Special Beam took care of him. I wasn't paying full attention. We're going to see another Tomb Keeper's Destiny, probably going to be getting rid of the Shadow Game and giving him... Oh, we're going to get rid of Odeon as well? What are you going to give him back, though? You got to give him one of those cards. Shadow Game, Odeon, or Strings. And he's going to give him Strings back in exchange for getting rid of Odeon and Shadow Game. Probably a very good call by Lark. I likely would have done the same thing. Maybe let him have Odeon over Strings. I'm not sure, but either way, you're giving him a good ally to use. And then we're going to see Taya getting defeated by Strings or Arcana. Being defeated by Arcana to get back a Shadow Game to hopefully be able to place on a Shizu. But with how this Fate deck is set up right now, it is very hard for Lark to not just get another Tomb Keeper's Destiny. Ooh, Tien. Gonna play Tien right there in hopes of stopping Lark from being able to do what I just said, from being able to Fate and get another Tomb Keeper's Destiny. He's just gonna play Appeal to Pride and punch Tien in the face and move to the next turn. Very understandable. That's how that would go. And not moving to the Oh, he's getting the... He didn't have enough power to play the Shadow Game. He's getting the Shadow Game on a Shizu, throwing that out there, drawing some cards. Very nice, very understandable. We're gonna see Lark going over to his bottom Fate, wanting to get Piccolo out of here with a quick clash. Going to be playing another Appeal to Pride since it's almost time for Merrick to be able to start punching people in the mouth. Dead tournament bracket, so it's going to be a forced Tomb Keeper's Destiny. I bet Lark was probably hoping a little bit for anti-rule there to take away some power potentially. And we're going to see Loomis and False God card going away. Doesn't really mind Mariocool having Innocent Facade at this point because Kaiba and Yugi are already out. Just really doesn't want Mariocool to be able to effectively kill people. And he's going to give him Loomis right back because not a whole lot of options of what to give him in this case. And then we're going to see the Piccolo clash, and he is dead. Mariocool is going to... Was he at Domino City, or did he just move to Domino City? I was too busy watching Lark commit a murder. Oh, wait, what happened over here? Did not murder Piccolo. Okay, I don't know why Piccolo didn't get murdered. That turn got a little mixed up. Goku coming out, very good, placing him over top of Piccolo. Making sure that Lark can't immediately move to his location and vanquish. And then we're going to see a Shizu murdered by Strings, getting Shadow Gamed, and finally getting Raw. So Merrick is at 3. He can clash with Bakura. He could also clash with Mai and a Shizu, but they are Shadow Gamed, so that's not really relevant. And now he's just got to take out Kaiba and Yugi and replay them and take them out again. It's a major uphill battle, but anything can happen in this game. Lark is going to be moving over to Cell Jr. and using it, or to Cell Jr., moving over to the arena, playing Cell Jr. and immediately murdering Goku, just getting him out of there. Don't want to deal with Goku. Oh, wait, changing his mind? Changing his mind, actually. Oh, deciding to get rid of Vegeta instead with the perfect barrier Cell Jr. play. Did a little sneaky on us, a quick change. We're going to see another triple play. We're going to see Taya on the top Fate. That's exactly what I expected Lark to do. Lark basically just wants to stop Mariocool from using the top Fate as much as possible because Lark is almost done with his game. He just needs to close out, and the sooner Mariocool cannot Fate him every turn, the sooner Lark can close that out. Looks like Mariocool is going to go gain 3 and clash with Bakura. Presumably, pretty good call. This is going to trigger both of the Appeal to Prides, unfortunately, which is going to let Lark do a lot of hero movement should he so desire. He's debating it, actually. Oh, he's going to be playing a card first, of course. Innocent Facade, okay. We're going to see Anti-Rule and Tomb Keeper's Destiny, and what are we going to get? Probably Anti-Rule. Yep, just wants to be full up on power to hopefully make use of Millennium Rod could actually use it to take control of Kaiba and try to use Kaiba to take care of Yugi. Could be a very strong play. Lark is resolving his scheme of moving around heroes. He's going to move Gohan and Piccolo to the tropical islands. He just wants them to chill out and have a nice beach vacation together one last time. Not moving Goku because he's planning to move here and immediately just punch Goku in the mouth while also fading. Makes a lot of sense. Gonna move multiform with the supercomputer to weaken Gohan. Gohan is now down to 6 strength, which is still a lot for Cell to deal with, which is why we're seeing an instant transmission, because Lark's plan appears to be just use multiform as much as possible to slap Gohan repeatedly with -1s until he's weak enough to be defeated. Still going to be going with the triple fates, no need to double fate. Tournament bracket misses could take away that 2 power that he gained earlier, or Tomb Keepers, and it looks like he's just going to get rid of that power because he knows that Millennium Rod is finally usable and quite helpful. You see Mariocool going over to Fate again because Lark is he's way too close to winning. Mariocool really cannot afford to let up Fate pressure for a single turn if he can help it. If he's able to move to a Fate location, he pretty much has to move to that Fate location. Oh, we see the game being paused for some reason. Oh, and we're back on. Sorry, I gotta click back in. I was making myself a little timestamp. The players had to stop for a moment there for some reason or other. I'm not sure. But now Time Chamber is coming out and being used to give Piccolo back the strength he lost and give Gohan the +1 that he recently lost. We're gonna see a Rare Hunter come out and get Bakura, which is a very good grab for Mariocool. He is setting himself up to where he can potentially do this, and he is going to Millennium Rod. He's gonna Millennium Rod Taya over Kaiba here. No, he's actually going to vanquish Taya using the 2 Rare Hunters. I don't think there's any hero in there for Taya to target. And then not using Millennium Rod. Interesting. Very interesting. We're going to see Cell going to his gain 3 to get 3 and also use an absorb on Piccolo, which will get him to -1, so Piccolo's ability will not proc, and Cell can just punch him in the mouth and finish that. Mariocool going to his newly open top fate, as he basically needs to do every turn. Crippling Blow and Time Chamber, not the fate you really want to be seeing here. That is going to give Gohan another +1, though. This is an 8 strength Gohan, double Cell strength. He's not having a good time, ladies and gentlemen. Cleaning out Cell at the end here, or cleaning out Gohan at the end here is being very difficult for Cell. Discarding a lot of cards Merrick doesn't need to try and cycle really quickly. We're going to see Multiform being moved by Cell repeatedly, and Lark is probably going to be looking to get a useful card like Kamehameha and Explosion. So with Explosion, it is incredibly doable that Lark could just win on his turn, especially if he covers this top fate. Oh, no, wait, no, never mind. Top fate doesn't matter. It's going to be bottom fate. Taya being replayed right back to the top fate, understandable. Mariocool has to go to the bottom fate here because Gohan is as good as dead. The only way that Lark doesn't win is if Mariocool does something to stop him, and it looks like Trunks is going to be that option unless he plays the GOAT, Mr. Satan himself. So Cell, unlikely now to win this turn. Oh, trap card. Sorry, I moved my camera so much there. I just played with my spinning wheel a little bit for no reason. We're going to see a Tomb Keeper's Destiny come out with this Rare Hunter. Merrick is going to reveal his hand, get rid of disposable pawns and trap card. That makes a lot of sense. Probably get back a strong ally to make use of, or another Innocent Facade, potentially. Looking to make sure that he has good odds of pulling either Kaiba or Yugi once he gets over there and defeats them. Yep, going to be taking Odeon once that strong ally to help take out Yugi and Kaiba. Very necessary at this point. Is Lark still going to just go straight to Gohan and self-destruct this turn? I believe that is the debate he is currently having with himself. I do not believe he has any way of defeating Trunks this turn unless he has a Cell Jr. in hand. I can't remember if we've seen all 3 Cell Juniors go by. We have not. And he's actually going to be playing it to Gohan's location. Very interesting. Very interesting. He wouldn't be able to kill Trunks and go explode in the same turn here. No, Lark has changed his mind entirely. And instead, and he's not even going to fate. Instead, he's going to go over there, and he is going to kill Gohan with the explosion. He decided in the end that was the right call. So once again, he wins on his turn. But I believe, actually with Bakura in play, we can't have Millennium Rod used on Taya. So I believe that might be game. Lark might just be at a guaranteed win, because if Mariocool cannot fate, then Cell just moves to Trunks' location and punches him in the mouth, as Cell is wont to do. So I believe that will be game. I think Mariocool is trying to figure out if he has some capability of defeating Taya, which the only way I think he could is if he has strings in his hand to play strings to Dual Tower, use the Vanquish, get Bakura out of there, and then utilize the Millennium Rod. but I don't believe that is the case. Or Sadistic Glee. Sadistic Glee could also get rid of Bakura. There are a handful of cards that could do it, but he has none of those cards, so I believe that is going to be game. Mariocool cannot Fate, and if he cannot Fate, then Cell wins on his turn, and there's literally no possible way that Mariocool could win on this turn with Kaiba and Yugi both in play without their God cards. So, quite simply, nothing can be done, so the first game is going to go to Lark. Very well done by Lark, very well done, a very masterful Cell game. Mariocool, unfortunately, just got hit with a bit of a Fate Storm at the start, could not get things underway with the first God card. Not getting that first God card can be disastrous for Merrick, and really just be a major issue, so... Now we'll be seeing in the next game, Lark will be second player once again, and Mariocool will be the first player once again, and we'll see how that goes. And here we go back into the second round between Lark and Mariocool. Mariocool immediately banning Orochimaru, who is the one I believe that he banned out the gate last time. And then Lark is accidentally going to put his ban back in. And he will be banning Father. Lark does not want to see Father today. Mariocool does not want to see Orochimaru today. Two of my favorite animes. I feel personally attacked. So now with that done, we're going to see who they're going to be playing. Lark won the first round, so he will have to pick out the gate here and allow Mariocool to thusly counterpick him as a result. And it looks like he's going to be pulling out the draft card for us to see it here. It will be Cell. He's just going to be going for Cell again immediately. We're going to be seeing Lark maining Cell. A lot of competitors have decided to stick with one character, and Mariocool is doing the same. So we're going to see a rematch of round one of Cell versus Merrick immediately. Very interesting. So Lark just won this matchup, and fairly handily. Merrick only had one of the God cards, so Mariocool is looking to redeem himself potentially and bring it back, and Lark is just hoping for a repeat of the previous, to hopefully stop Merrick in his tracks once again and thusly be able to take the win. We have had, this is the third game, if I'm not mistaken. This is the third game that I have recorded, the third game of Tournament Arc. So they're just making sure that they're all lined up here while I'm giving us a little intro spiel. So we have always had the games go to best of 3 thus far. No one has won 2 subsequent rounds, but it is always possible. So we'll be seeing here if Mariocool can get some vengeance and take this to round 3, or if Lark will be the first player in the tournament arc to get a back-to-back win and not need a third game potentially. And Lark should be going second here, so yes, he's going to be gaining his 1 extra power and potentially mulligan. He's considering if he wants to do that right now. I love how they have Obelisk, Slifer, and Ra perfectly between their stuff here. Lark choosing not to take his mulligan here, very interesting. Merrick choosing not to go to his top fate this time, and instead going to Domino City to gain 3, hoping for a lucky Innocent Facade. He's going to get Mai and Tombkeeper's Destiny. He could potentially play Mai here. Oh, he's going to go for Tombkeeper, actually. Didn't have a card to take quick advantage of Mai. Oh, but he can't use Tombkeepers to get Innocent Facade, since it's not technically in the discard pile until after he uses one of the fake cards. Very unfortunate for Mariocool, and deciding not to play Mai either, instead just discarding them both. Now, over here with Lark's turn, we're going to see him going over to the arena and playing Disappearances to gain 1 due to Imperfect's effect, despite there being no heroes in play, which allows him to play out his Cell Jr. and go over here to Fate, and there's Yugi. Oh, that hurts, but he's actually going to be playing Joey instead, and getting a tournament bracket to play Yugi. Oh, that really hurts. Oh, tried to cheat there for a second by playing it to the top Fate, but instead it ended up Yugi has to be played to Merrick's location. That hurts. That is painful. That is just a crippling blow for Merrick in the early game. Oh, that's painful. We're going to see another Innocent Facade here. He is not going to get a God card holder, but he is going to get Bakura and line him up for Yugi, which is very good. He has, unfortunately, got 2 Innocent Facades in his discard now, so he's only got 1 more coming up, and Innocent Facade is Merrick's most reliable tool, aside from potentially Rare Hunter, for getting the God card holders out. Piccolo is going to be played over to Carnevale, and then Cell is not having any of that. He's going to go and Fate and just immediately kill Piccolo, utilizing Perfect Barrier. And then Lark gets Kaiba. This is not looking good for Mariocool so far, looking very reminiscent of the first game that we had. Piccolo is at -1 thanks to Perfect Barrier, which allows Cell to immediately clash with him and be rid of him. It is, there's the 3rd Innocent Facade already. If he could get a Shizu and he didn't, that is very unfortunate. I believe Mai might be in the discard, but that's the only one, so it looks like Mariocool is not going to be taking any advantage of that, and instead just ending his turn there. And Lark is giving him no quarter. He's giving him no time to recover. He's immediately going back for another fate. He's throwing out Appeal to Pride and Regeneration to set himself up for potential hero movement in the future, as well as gain a lot of power, as Cell is wont to do. We're going to see a normal fate, and there's a Shizu. That's all 3 God card holders out. There's always hope. There's always a chance. Anything can happen in Annabelle, but I've got to be honest with you. I'm really struggling to see how Mariocool is going to be able to come back from this. He does have a lot of power. All 3 God card holders are out, but he is immediately going to kill a Shizu. Okay. So as Shizu is out, I don't know if all of the tournament brackets have gone by yet or not. Hard to tell. If there is a tournament bracket there, Lark can just immediately play a Shizu again, which will be very difficult. We're going to see Gohan, even though he's only 1 strength, come out and block that top fate. And it looks like that is going to... Oh, they're fixing up how the discard piles were there. There we go. That is going to be the end of Merrick's turn. Is Lark, does he know if there is or is not a tournament bracket? Whether he does or not, he's going to go to Tropical Island. I believe he probably, yes, he has one of the androids in hand. Oh, never mind, actually. He just wants to get Multiform and Supercomputer out. So now, since Cell isn't in Showdown, Gohan will be at 0 strength, thanks to the Multiform, which means Cell Jr. can be used to defeat him for free. And then we're also going to see him move Multiform back over to make use of later. We're going to see Mariocool going over to Dual Tower, using the Strings play to gain 3, and then Strings plus Bakura to defeat Kaiba. I don't know if there is a ready-to-go tournament bracket here or not, but Mariocool has actually cleaned out his territory a lot quicker and more efficiently than I expected him to, so maybe I was a little too quick there to count him out, which is my mistake if that is the case. But he is low on Innocent Facades. It's going to be hard to get Kaiba and Ishizu back out. He's really got to get on that. I really cannot stress enough, in my personal professional opinion, which may not be the consensus of, there's Android 17, of the even more competitive people than I. He's making sure to use his discard first and then play Android 17. Very understandable. And he's going to get to immediately move thanks to Supercomputer. Can't quite clash yet, but Android 17 is 1 minus away. Is there a tournament bracket? There's not a tournament bracket. They had all already passed. Heart of the Cards is out. That's going to make it difficult for Mariocool to stop Lark from getting those God card holders there. We're going to see a Rare Hunter, hoping for a really strong top deck. And he did not get it, unfortunately. Neither Kaiba nor Ishizu. Just really hoping to luck into one of the God card holders. But as I was saying before, in my professional, maybe not as competitive as other people opinion, Merrick, he has to get a God card out early if he's going to really go strong. Playing Tien over Goku. Very interesting. That's going to allow Lark to immediately fade him again. It's going to allow Lark to move Multiform. And it's going to allow Lark to kill Android 17 with Absorb. A bit of a questionable play. Going to get a -1 on Tien as well. Going to be able to fate and then clash with Android 17 to end his turn. Not a God card holder. That's very good to see. The biggest thing that Mariocool could hope for there was not seeing a God card holder. He really, really needs to grab a Shizu or Kaiba very soon. He needs one of them, like, now. Is Cell not clashing? Could Cell not clash this turn for some reason? It looks like Cell isn't clashing. Interesting play. Another tournament bracket, not getting, I think only Taya is in the discard. That's really not going to be of any use to Merrick. There's no reason really to play Taya. So that is very unfortunate, and that is just going to be Mariocool's turn straight up. Cell going to go over here, and by Cell I mean Lark, who's playing as Cell. Going to use Cell Jr. for free, because Gohan is at 0 to vanquish Gohan, not having to lose the Cell Jr. in the process. Also going to see Time Machine. I'm sorry, I just hit my mouse weird and like zoomed very far out. I apologize. Gonna see Time Machine come out to put a Disappearances back in. Cell is low on power. He wants to fix that. Perhaps that's why he didn't clash with Android 17 earlier. He's actually hoping to make use of Imperfect a little bit longer. We're also going to see an Explosive Coercion played for 0, I believe is what happened right there. Don't want to see a God card holder. He got a Shizu. That hurts. That hurts. He could still get Kaiba, though. If Mariocool can just get his hands on Kaiba here in some way, although he, with all the Innocent Facades gone by and 2 Rare Hunters out, he might not have a way to even do so. Especially with the Shizu out, he can't use disposable pawns. We're going to see a Time Chamber to get Tien back to his max strength of 2, and to get Android 17 back up to 2 strength as well. Very strong play to slow down Cell, although Cell appears to want to be in this form for a little bit longer, so probably not hurting him too bad, unfortunately. Loomis being played, getting set up to deal with the Shizu later. We're going to see, are we going to see the Vanquish here? Immediately getting Android 17 back down. Has Lark decided now is the time? Has he decided he doesn't want to try and take advantage of the power gain, and instead he's like, I should just get Android 17 out of here? I believe, once again, he's played Explosive Coercion for 0. And there's Kaiba. They're all back. They're all back. Mariocool, such a strong and valiant effort. Oh, Lark, he's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. I think Mariocool is playing a little preemptively. It's still Lark's turn, I believe. His chess clock is going down. Or they missed the chess clock. Oh, there they go. They've got it now. It's fine. And then we're going to see Bandit Keith played to set up to kill Joey. Joey can now be killed and get access to that top fate again. Lark still deciding not to kill Android 17. He is instead leaving himself in his imperfect form, probably looking to gain some more power. He wants to really build himself up before he gets out of imperfect. He's got time anyway. He knows he has to deal with... He doesn't really need semi-perfect to start clashing right now. It would really only help with dealing with Tien, particularly at the moment. He really just wants to, I assume at least, I'm making assumptions here, he really just wants to make sure that he gets a good chunk of power built up before he leaves the imperfect state, which allows him to generate a large amount of power. And we're actually going to see Android 18 come out, so really Lark is not in a super rush right now. He can afford to be a little careful and a little slow with it, take advantage of imperfect form before going semi-perfect. We are going to see Bandit Keith used by Mariocool to kill Joey along with those 2 rare hunters. And the Millennium Ring is out, so there's the first item, giving Merrick a little bit of strength. Not enough to perform any vanquishes yet, but he's getting there. We're going to see a Senzu Beans and a Time Chamber. Will he be... I was about to say, will he go with Senzu Beans to play... Oh, that's the wrong token. Definitely don't want to give him -1. Will he be going with Senzu Beans to get a hero out, or is he going to buff the androids? And he is choosing to buff the androids to make it harder for Cell to defeat them, which could work. Lark has decided not to kill... Sorry, something in my throat. Not to kill Android 17 on 2 different occasions, thinking that it would probably be better to gain more power instead, and that could potentially come back to bite him. He could get slowed down for being able to. He's still not moving multiform. He is instead moving back into disappearances. He is just going all out on gaining power before he goes about slaughtering these androids and absorbing them. I think he's making a decision right now on... He's going to be playing Instant Transmission to move that over to Tien as well. So he got to move Time Chamber and Instant Transmit and Multiform in the same turn here. We're going to see... Okay, that's -2 strength. The tournament brackets both whiff. Did not pull out a hero, which is statistically makes sense, but surprising nonetheless. We're going to see Mariocool going to his bottom fate, wanting to keep some pressure on Lark. Probably really wanting to see some Time Chambers right now, as well as Android 16. So now Android 16 must be dealt with before Cell can deal with Android 18 and Android 17. That is going to be difficult. And we're going to see a rare hunter, which is going to get an anti-rule to recoup that 2 lost power. Definitely Merrick needs to make sure he stays at a good amount of power so he can get the allies out to beat these whatever they're called. God card holders. That's what they're called. Multiform moved back over to 17. Lark is making sure that he keeps 17 in a position where he can kill him. More worried about 17 at the moment than he is 18. Another Appeal to Pride being thrown out. Another Cell Jr. being thrown down at 16. So now he can very easily use the 2 Cell Juniors to clean out Android 16 when needed. Mariocool going right back to his top fate. He knows he needs to keep on the ball with slowing down Lark. We're going to see Trunks played, which is going to turn off Supercomputer and prevent Time Machine and Multiform from working when moved to the android's location. Very strong play. And then the Millennium Rod is out, so Merrick is at 2. So we actually, right now, we can see that Merrick is actually in a decent position to start to get some ground back. He just really, really needs to defeat one of these God card holders and get one of those God cards. I cannot stress enough. In my opinion, again, someone else might say otherwise, and I'd be like, oh, my bad, I didn't realize. But someone more competitive than me, like the QA members. But really, Merrick just needs to get that first God card so he can start to effectively fate and really take advantage of it. Joey's going to hurt here something fierce with Heart of the Cards out. He's going to get to draw 2 more, potentially 2. Ooh, and it whiffs! A Joey whiff on Heart of the Cards. That is unfortunate for Lark. But still, a 4-strength Joey covering that top fate is going to be very difficult indeed for Mariocool to deal with. He's going to gain 3 and spend 3 to a Millennium Rod on Shizu to get control of her. Very, very useful. And then we're going to see Lark actually keep his Cell Juniors by using Special Beam Cannon to get rid of Android 16 and then gaining power from disappearances. He had to kill 16 before the disappearances because of player card orders, unfortunately. And then Lark is considering if he wants to make a different decision. Oh, is he taking back Special Beam and using the Cell Juniors instead? Is that what's happening? He is, and he's gaining more power as a result because he's getting power back because he didn't spend it on the Special Beam Cannon. And then he's actually going to use Instant Transmission instead to move that over. A bit of a rewind on a turn, but Lark had a good plan, but then thought of an even better one and wanted to redo it. That is allowed in Anime Villainous, so long as you have not done something that gives you some kind of impossible information to know, or you haven't like taken a fate action, for instance, which reveals cards from the opponent's deck, or triggered schemes for that matter, then you're able to do so. And we're going to see Bakura immediately gotten rid of by a Shizu there. Mariocool did not want to deal with that at all. And then Lark is instantly, he's going to go over here and get Trunks out of here using Special Beam Cannon, which is going to allow him to move Multiform, take that +1 off of 18. He could totally kill 17 here. He's at 9 power. He's probably had enough of Imperfect, but first he's going to Fate, and he's looking to get a Shizu hopefully back out, or Bakura even. Either would be really strong. And it's unfortunately just going to be Taya. 2 tournament brackets in Taya, not a Fate that you like to see when you're up against Merrick. Not very strong, rather weak, and Merrick can even go to that bottom Fate and clash, essentially. And Lark still choosing not to leave his Imperfect state. He really just wants to blow up his power with Imperfect. I wonder if he's trying to set himself up for a double Android kill via Kamehameha so he can go straight into Showdown at some point. And here Mariocool is unsure if he wants to try to use Cell Games. He probably won't get another opportunity for it, or if he just wants to go straight for the Crippling Blow, and he is going to go straight for the Crippling Blow and take away 2 of that 9 power. And then Disposable Pawns are being used to... Oh, no, they're not, because he doesn't have any power, so he can't afford it. Yes, I believe that's what happened. Instead, he's just going to clash with Taya, which is a good call because Taya does nothing here. Her effect doesn't work because there's no one in the discard. But that clash is going to allow Appeal to Pride to proc, so if Lark wants, he can move some heroes around. He's going to move Tien over to Tropical Islands, and that's all he's going to do. He's got the androids right where he wants them. He doesn't want them moved anywhere else. He's perfectly fine with how that is going. The game is paused for some reason. Oh, never mind. We're back in. It must have been something minor, just a small question with the judges and the players or some such. So now we're going to see Lark going over to the arena. He's going to play Bug Drone and gain 2 off of it. Really just milking this Imperfect form for all it's worth. Oh, I thought he was fading, so I was moving over there to Fate. No, he's just really deciding what second card he wants to play. Lark, he's a QA member. He's a really good player. He really thinks stuff through. It appears that he played Perfect Barrier just to get out of his hand, decided that he didn't want it, and we're going to see his Shizu right back out again. Just, Lark is not allowing Mariocool to get a single God card out. Not allowing a single one to pass by. I don't know why I went back over to Lark. It's Mariocool's turn. And we're just immediately going to have the Shizu hit with the Millennium Rod again. Gain 3, spin 3 on Rod to take her right back. It's a serious game of tug-of-war here, and unfortunately for Mariocool, I believe Lark is most definitely winning it. Lark, once again, I believe he is debating with himself, do I want to get semi-perfect now, or do I still want to just wait a little bit and maybe chill around in my cool bug form? I mean, the Imperfect form is the coolest looking of all of Cell's forms. I will take no debate in the comments. You're welcome to say your incorrect opinion if you think that Perfect Cell or Semi-Perfect Cell looks better than Imperfect Cell, but I'm here to tell you, Imperfect Cell is the coolest looking of all the cells, without a doubt. The only thing I wish is that Imperfect Cell didn't actually open his mouth to talk. I think it would look much cooler if he just kept his mouth shut. He's going to absorb to gain 2 more and put a -1 on Android 18, and then we're going to see him fading Mariocool once again, yet again. Mai or Bakura coming out, and it looks like it will be Bakura. Lark just really does not want Mariocool to be able to gain power on his turn. It's Merrick's worst nightmares when he can't gain any power whatsoever other than his bottom gain 3. And we're going to see Lark entering semi-perfect, and he only needs to get Android 18 down 1 more strength to take her out and enter his showdown. Mariocool heavily debating what to do. I imagine we're probably going to see Mariocool just moving to his bottom Fate if he doesn't have any cards to play, or potentially even to Pharaoh's Tomb to use his bottom discard. But it does look like he will be going with the bottom Fate in the end to put a little more pressure on Lark now that Lark has finally gotten semi-perfect and made some progress. Vegeta going right on top of the arena to cover up that top Fate and try and mess with that. And then... Oh, that's Lark's turn. Sorry. That was all that Mariocool is able to do. So now Lark, considering his options, looking at how he's going to get rid of Android 18 in the nearest future. Are we going to see a Solar Flare here? Oh, is he going to explode? He spent 4 there. Oh, no, it's a Solar Flare. Okay, so he's Solar Flaring Vegeta over and then playing Cell Jr. to that location, defeating Tien without losing the Cell Jr. due to Tien being at 0 strength. And then I believe all Lark has left to do is his Fate action. And he is checking if he wants to multi-Fate or normal Fate right now by looking at the discard. And he is choosing to multi-Fate, so only revealing 2 cards, which is Tomb Keepers and Tournament Bracket, which will allow him to Tournament Bracket Taya to Kaiba Craft 3, which is going to be a problem because Mariocool can't just move there and immediately clash with her. Going over to Domino City to gain 3, really he has to at this point. He's not allowed to disposable pawns because of a Shizu, I believe. A Shizu's effect is still in play, and he is unable to use the Millennium items because Bakura is in play. So instead, he's going to play Odeon to Kaiba's location. Very fair, very understandable. Then we're going to see Lark over here, moving to his bottom Fate. He's going to absorb, probably just get him. He's at 8 power, a good amount of power. He can clash with Android 18 this turn. He's going to really quickly shuffle something into his deck, which he has 1 card left, so he is able to do without forcing a reshuffle. He's actually going to choose Disappearances so that he can gain himself even more power when he's about to play these 4 heroes on him. I imagine Lark is not going to be dawdling this time. We're probably going to see him kill Android 18 immediately to get into Showdown so that he can just get to his 4 strength and start punching a bunch of heroes in the mouth. And that is indeed what is going to happen. Lark is going to clash, remove Android 18 from the game as a result, which is going to play Cell Games, remove Semi-Perfect, put him into Showdown, just a whole bunch of stuff. We're going to see Android 16 come out as one of the heroes. Trunks comes out as one of the heroes. A lot of effects. Gohan is out. You hate to see that. Gohan and Goku both being pulled, along with Android 16, no less, on the Cell Games is rather damaging. I imagine we're going to see, Lark is going to be putting Android 16 over at Arena because that's probably where he wants to move next turn. He's got Goku set up to immediately be killed by the Cell Jr., and Gohan, who is likely going to be here the longest, being played to the bottom Fate because the bottom Fate is where heroes are least damaging most often. Shadow Gaming Taya? Really just planning on a sadistic Glee, I guess, is the reason for that. I find that rather surprising, but trust in the pilot. I'm sure Mariocool has some kind of a plan that he's looking for. We're going to see Cell Jr. immediately defeat Goku just as I expected, and that allows Cell to spend a bunch of power to Kamehameha. Probably going to take out Android 16. He has to take out Android 16 because he has to clash with him first before anyone else. And then Vegeta over Trunks. We're going to see Vegeta go away here. Quite unfortunate that he wasn't able to use the Kamehameha to get Trunks and Vegeta out, but that is how Android 16 works. But that is also allowing Cell to use his top play and his top Fate this turn. So Mariocool is going to get hit here again. And it's going to be a Tomb Keeper's Destiny because Tournament Bracket does nothing. Probably going to lose both disposable pawns. Very fair and understandable. Shizu is not in the game right now, so she cannot stop those disposable pawns. And Lark just really does not want for Mariocool to be able to sacrifice these rare hunters for some stronger heroes. Or stronger allies, I mean. We're going to see Piccolo come out, covering that top Fate. One of the big things about Cell is you really got to keep his arena on lock. You got to block that location pretty hard. And then he is going to clash with Taya to Shadow Game her and potentially use that sadistic lead that Lark gave him to gain that 2 power back later, which could be a very strong play for him. What are we going to see from Lark here? Is he just going to go and kill Trunks? Is he going to go to Gohan and maybe do an Absorb? He can move Supercomputer. He's got a lot of options. He's actually going to move Bug Drone to gain 1. Fair and understandable, trying to buff up his power coffers to make use of Kamehameha and Special Beam Cannon. We're going to see an Absorb to put him at 4, which means he is capable of using Self-Destruct, and also he gets Gohan from 6 strength down to 5. We're going to see a full-on Fate. There's a Shizu. She's back out. Still no God card. Just not giving Mariocool an inch. I think Kaiba is in these 4 cards. And then Lark didn't do anything else with his turn, it seems. Kaiba is in these last 4 cards. Really, a trap card, very easy to proc on Cell. Really, really needs to get Kaiba out there. Let's see what Lark is going to make of this turn. Is he going to go take out Trunks? Is he going to get Piccolo? Oh, sorry, I thought that they were moving some cards over there. Is he going to go get Piccolo his -1, maybe have a Cell Jr. on hand. He's going to go to Tropical Island and build up even more power, very understandable, and disappearances for yet even more. So Cell back up to 10 power, very scary. We could even see a very strong Kamehameha coming out in the next turn or two. I imagine Multiform is being moved, so it could potentially be moved back to Gohan. So now Gohan is at a position where Multiform can be moved to him and then just an immediate takedown and a double Kamehameha, which is going to kill Trunks and put a -1 on Piccolo. We are going to see trap card proc Kaiba, not Kaiba. 2 power, though, is very good. Millennium Rod could potentially be used if he can just get rid of Bakura, but he does have to go straight over here to Fate, and he is going to get, Mariocool is going to get double time chamber. So Piccolo and Gohan will be getting their strength back. So now Gohan should theoretically be safe, but he could also be hit with a perfect barrier or an absorb, which would still allow Cell to vanquish him this turn. Once Cell gets rid of Gohan, it's very, very dangerous. We're going to see Umbra played over to a Shizu, and with Loomis in play, that means that Bakura and Ishizu can both be vanquished. We're going to see Cell actually go and immediately absorb and kill Piccolo just to get him out of there. If he has self-destruct in his hand, then he wins on his turn because Mariocool unable to go to his top fate in the moment, unable to fate. We're going to see Umbra be given a false god card that he didn't need to defeat Ishizu. Not sure what happened there, but I believe Lark ends the game if he just has Absorb or Perfect Barrier here, and he does. There's Absorb plus Multiform. He actually didn't even need Self-Destruct. I didn't realize because of a Multiform with either Absorb or Perfect Barrier, that is enough for him to be able to defeat Gohan and end the game, finishing it all up and taking another win, 2 in a row. So with that 2-0 victory by Lark, he will be moving on to round 2, where he'll have to face one of our other team members here at Anime Villainous. A good set of games by Mariocool as well, but just unable to overcome Lark's piloting of Cell, and so he sadly has been eliminated. Lark, meanwhile, will be up against either Falcon, a fellow QA member, or our translation expert, Agent P, depending on who wins their matchup. Whichever of them it is, it promises to be a good match. We'll see whenever we get to round 2 just how that will go, but we still have 5 more round 1 matches to go first, which I hope you're all excited for. I'll see you next time with Game 4, and until then, farewell.